But we're going to begin with the U.S. evacuating its embassy in Sudan's capital of Khartoum over the weekend.
The move was in response to the rapid increase in violence that's been plaguing Africa's third largest country. Officials say less than 100 people were flown out of Sudan as part of the mission. Sudan's military continues to clash with a paramilitary group known as the Rapid Support Forces. White House National Security Council Coordinator for Strategic Communications, John Kirby, joined CBS Mornings and discussed all of this with Tony, Nate, and Gail this morning.
And so within that course of a week, we moved from, again, just urging both sides to abide by a ceasefire, which, of course, we still do, to feeling like it wasn't safe enough for our diplomats and our embassy to stay manned there and operating. And so we moved them out. It is still very dangerous. Those images that you just showed, I think, clearly demonstrate the level of violence and the activity inside Khartoum, which is why we're advising all Americans, those who didn't take the warning to get out, to shelter in place, to stay safe. This is not the time to be moving around the city.
So let's get right to CBS News national security correspondent David Martin, who joins us now. David, thank you for being here. What more can you tell us about this evacuation mission?
Well, the one that happened over the weekend brought out a total of 87 people from the U.S. Embassy in Khartoum. 72 of them were actually American diplomats. It was a evacuation mission that took 17 hours from start to finish, because they took off all the way over on the Red Sea and from a base in the country of Djibouti, had to refuel in Ethiopia before they went into Sudan with 3 helicopters that were carrying a contingent of commandos, members of the famous SEAL Team 6, to act as security for the evacuation. And while they had SEAL Team 6 on the ground, they also had an AC-130 gunship overhead in case anybody tried to interfere with the evacuation. No shots were fired. Nobody tried to interfere. They took off, were on the ground for about a half hour, and then returned, refueled again in Ethiopia. But the diplomats then got on a transport plane for a much quicker flight back to Djibouti and then on to Ramstein, Germany. Other countries are taking a very different approach to getting their diplomats out. Some of them are using an airfield that's about 14 miles outside of Khartoum, and the French actually had a plan to parachute into that airfield and secure it so that then they could bring in commercial flights. I cannot confirm that parachute operation actually happened, but it is being used or was used to bring out the nationals of other countries. Wow. As for all the remaining Americans, there are thousands and thousands of American citizens living in Sudan. Most of them are dual citizens and may not want to leave. But the State Department says it's been in touch with about 500 Americans who do want to leave. And right now, their best option is to take an overland route. It's about a 19-hour journey from Khartoum to the port of Sudan. The U.S. military is going to put in a contingent of troops to Port Sudan, not combat troops, but simply a coordination cell to run the reception of Americans who show up in Port Sudan. And then most likely they will get on ferries that take them, commercial ferries that simply take them across the Red Sea to the port of Jeddah in Saudi Arabia, and from there they would return home. Yeah. The U.S. is also providing one other form of military assistance to this evacuation, which is they are flying reconnaissance drones over the route of this journey from Khartoum out to Port Sudan, so that they can identify any threats to the convoy, because this is still a very chaotic situation in Sudan. So far, there have been no threats to the convoy.
That's good news. Chaotic
Incredibly
situation.
complicated.
Had been a transition to democracy. That's what was hoped for. Instead, there is this a conflict between two armed groups with no end in sight. David Martin, thank you very much.
Sure thing.